You get all the ones over there, Muscles?
Just wrapping up the last ones.
Retreat! Retreat!
Man, you weren't kidding. They really are making a mess. I should have known better to keep a sharper eye on them.
That's the thing about these kind of messes, little one. It takes a lot of focus to see these things coming.
Gosh, look at all these bones. I bet regulators in China would be freaking out if they saw this at their market, wouldn't they?
And then some, Goombah. And then some. China has a very strict set of rules when it comes to this kind of thing.
Well, I knew about the part with no bones or gore, and I remember the jumps World of Warcraft had to make in order to make that swing in China. What else is there?
Well, when it comes to online games, which makes up quite a bit of games made and played in China, according to the interim provisions on Online Games Regulation, Chapter 3, Article 9, online games shall not contain content that violates the basic principles determined by the Constitution, endangers national unity, sovereignty, or territorial integrity, divulges state secrets, endangers national security, or harms national honor or interest, incites ethnic hatred or ethnic discrimination, undermines national unity or infringes upon national customs and habits, promotes cults and superstition, spreads rumors, disturbs social order, or undermines social stability, propagates obscenity, pornography, gambling, violence, or subordination, insults or defames others and infringe upon others' legitimate rights and interests, goes contrary to public morality, and other contents prohibited by the laws, administrative regulations, or provisions of the state.
I suppose for as much control as the government has on online gaming in China, I guess I can understand what they're trying to accomplish. I knew that consoles were banned in China in the year 2000 due to a lot of people being worried about children rotting their brains and wasting time. But man, when online gaming hit the scene, it just exploded in popularity, becoming a $100 million market. I guess the ban didn't change much. I also heard that Nintendo tried to sidestep the legal red tape by releasing the iQ. From what I read, plug-and-play systems were legal, but regular consoles weren't. An interesting step on Nintendo's part.
Indeed, while the ban exists on paper, it isn't really the government that is truly holding back the market.
Oh? What is then?
Piracy.
Really?
Yes, the PlayStation 2 tried to launch in 2004, and due to piracy of hardware, it just didn't do as well as Sony had hoped. And when the Wii was released, it didn't take long for the Wii's knockoff, to emerge. China's knockout of the system sold for substantially less, and that means a lot of problems for Nintendo. It's a bit ironic that action done for the sake of making these products available may have turned into a downfall for legitimate companies selling consoles.
Crazy. Well, I suppose it's not entirely hopeless. China's online gaming market has been growing like crazy. Actual sales of online games featuring China's independent R&D has doubled, and by the end of June, there were 345 million game users in China, up 9.64 million, or 2.9%, since the end of 2012. If nothing else, I guess that means that there's hope for gaming in China. The hard thing for game developers and enthusiasts to do is to remember they have to play by the rules. To me, China's going through a lot of interesting things at the moment. They've been growing so much as a market that it makes me wonder how free and open things might become.
And there's more good news. There is talk of the Chinese government relaxing the ban a bit to open up international markets when it comes to gaming. They're working with companies like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, able to sell their consoles so long as they make them within the free trade zone in Shanghai. But the process is only at its beginning steps, and it will take more time for things to really open up.
And I know the Ministry of Culture and other related branches of government would get the final say after the final product is finished. I suppose that's better than nothing. If the idea here is to help make video games more prevalent in the world, it needs to start somewhere.
It is always better to be forward-thinking in difficult times than backwards thinking to make a quick solution. Well, now, I think we have everything taken care of.
I think so too. Man, and you said that this is happening all over the different countries' sectors?
Indeed. This is just one small dent in the work that we have cut out for us.
Well, I suppose we better get on it then. What's the next stop?
The Middle East seems to be having a large-scale problem, much like this area did.
Well then, let's go.